Every 4 years, the world stops. Billions tune in for the same tournament, the FIFA World Cup. Bigger than the Olympics, bigger than the Super Bowl. But behind the trophies and chants lies a darker story. Alleged bribery, corruption investigations, human rights concerns, political agendas, and games that may not have been entirely fair. In this video, FIFA's corruption scandals, the most controversial host selections ever, referee disasters, and the billion-dollar machine behind it all. This isn't about ruining your love for the game. It's about understanding the forces operating behind it. To understand World Cup controversy, start with FIFA itself. In 2015, the football world was rocked when U.S. authorities indicted more than a dozen FIFA officials on racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering charges. Swiss authorities raided FIFA's headquarters in Zurich the same day. Images of officials led out of luxury hotels became instant symbols of football's hidden underbelly. Investigators alleged that for decades, FIFA executives accepted bribes worth hundreds of millions of dollars in exchange for media rights, sponsorships, and votes on which countries would host the World Cup. Sepp Blatter, FIFA's president for 17 years, was forced to resign. Multiple officials pleaded guilty, one of the largest corruption scandals in sports history. This brings us to one of football's most controversial moments, the 2010 vote that awarded the 2018 and 2022 World Cup simultaneously to Russia and Qatar. Journalists and FIFA insiders alleged votes may have been influenced by financial incentives. Several committee members involved in that vote were later banned from football following ethics investigations. FIFA's own internal report on the bidding process, the Garcia Report, was completed in 2014 but never fully released, fueling demands for transparency that continue today. Russia's hosting of the 2018 World Cup was controversial before a ball was kicked, coming just 4 years after the annexation of Crimea, condemned by the UN and much of the world. Several governments sent no official representatives to the opening matches in protest. Critics called it sportswashing, using major events to polish a nation's image. Despite the controversy, the tournament was widely praised for its organization and atmosphere. The strange duality of incredible football, alongside incredibly complicated politics. If Russia 2018 raised eyebrows, Qatar 2022 raised alarms worldwide. From the moment Qatar won its bid in 2010, questions swirled about heat, infrastructure, and scale. The most serious controversies centered on labor conditions. Human rights organizations reported thousands of migrant worker deaths during the decade-long construction boom tied to World Cup infrastructure. Qatari officials disputed how many deaths were directly linked to World Cup projects specifically, while human rights groups argued the true number was likely undercounted. Additional controversy surrounded Qatar's laws on LGBTQ+ rights, women's rights, and freedom of expression, clashing with values held by many fans and broadcasters worldwide. FIFA and Qatar defended the tournament as a force for positive change and regional pride. Critics called it sportswashing on a massive scale. Either way, it became the most discussed World Cup ever. Sometimes controversy doesn't come from boardrooms, it comes from the pitch. Take 1966's Ghost Goal, England's disputed goal against West Germany that helped them win their only title. Or 1986's Hand of God, Diego Maradona's blatant handball goal that the referee missed, becoming one of the most replayed moments in football history. Then, 2010, Frank Lampard's shot for England against Germany clearly crossed the line, but wasn't given. That moment helped accelerate the push for goal line technology. These moments reveal a simple truth. In a sport this big, with stakes this high, even small officiating errors can alter footballing history forever. To fix human error, FIFA introduced VAR, the Video Assistant Referee System, starting at the 2018 World Cup. But instead of eliminating controversy, VAR created new arguments. The handball rule became a constant flashpoint, players penalized for balls striking their arm with no intent. Fans and players complained VAR slowed the game and created confusion, replacing human controversy with technological controversy. While outright match fixing in the World Cup is rare, the tournament hasn't been free from suspicion. The most famous case, the 1978 match between Argentina and Peru. Argentina, the host nation, needed a large margin to advance, and won 6-0. For decades, allegations, including from Peruvian politicians, suggested political and financial factors involving the military government may have influenced the result. These claims have never been definitively proven, but the suspicion has lingered for over 40 years. Match-fixing concerns have also plagued lower-profile qualifying matches worldwide. So why does all of this keep happening? Follow the money. The World Cup generates billions through broadcasting, sponsorships, and ticket sales. The 2022 Qatar World Cup alone reportedly generated record revenues for FIFA, driven by lucrative broadcast and sponsorship contracts. Major global brands pay enormous sums for association with the tournament, while host nations spend tens of billions on stadiums and infrastructure, hoping for long-term economic gains. With this much money on the table, incentives for corruption and political influence become enormous. Whoever controls hosting decisions controls one of the world's biggest platforms. At its core, the World Cup is more than sport. It's where politics, money, national pride, and global attention collide. When the stakes are this high, billions of viewers, billions of dollars, entire nations' reputations, controversy becomes almost inevitable. The World Cup will always be about magic moments, incredible goals, underdog stories, national pride. But it will also carry the weight of its controversies. Some resolved, some still unanswered. Understanding both sides is part of understanding why this tournament remains the most powerful event in global sports. If this surprised you, let us know in the comments which controversy stood out most, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden stories behind the world's biggest events.